Interview my Beltane Oracle. Okay, so anytime you get a tarot deck, I recommend that you interview the deck. And I didn't make up this spread. I actually pulled this spread from the Seasons of the Witch Oracle deck book thing or whatever in the heck they're called. So the guidebook. Couldn't think of my words. Anyway, I'm gonna put all of that up here. I'm gonna pull the cards. I'm gonna have to look up what they mean because it's a brand new deck, and then I will put them up on the screen. We'll talk about all about the deck and about interviewing your deck. Pegasus is the deck's personality, and very similar to the overall themes of Beltane, which is, growth, fertility, abundance. This card is essentially saying to go for it. It's like, look, if there's things being presented to you right now, say yes. If you don't feel like you're ready to take this big leap, that's okay. It'll come to you as you're ready. And the Pegasus is here to kind of catch you if you were to fall and to help guide you along this journey. The poem on here is, break free, dear one, spread wide and far, for you aren't containable, you are limitless. And the key word of this card is expansion. So all in all, this deck is going to be encouraging you to grow, encouraging you to go for it, encouraging you to seize opportunities, and that is its personality. It's like a go-getter. It's a yes man. This deck's strength. Okay, so we got Rowan, and the invocation on here is, there is no need to fear, dear one. Protected you are, and protected you will always be. It's number 34, and essentially the keywords are protection. So this card is essentially talking about how once you become successful, haters kind of just come with that success, and that as you begin to grow and as you succeed, that there are going to be people that want what you have. But fear not, little one, because you are protected. All right, even if you have to defend yourself, the universe has your back. It also says that if there's nothing really going on right now, that it might be a warning that maybe some competition is about to arise, or some kind of unexpected hiccup is going to pop up, but that you have what it takes to overcome. So the deck's overall strength is making sure that you are protected and that you kind of have a fail-safe, and that no matter what goes on, that you have what you need to overcome any obstacles that head your way. This deck is very much one of going to get it while making sure that you have everything that you need to succeed. Kind of funny considering this deck's weakness, all right? So this is Cow, and Cow is kind of like the archetypal nurturing mother, all right? So the invocation on here is, may the embrace of all that is nurturing you awaken in all that you are becoming, okay? So this card wants nothing more for you than to make sure that you have a solid foundation below you. So on its strengths, it's saying that it's going to make sure that we're protected, but on its weaknesses, it's kind of saying, hey, look, I might overlook the basics of the foundation. I'm so eager to go that I kind of forget to make sure that all the boxes are checked. When this card comes out in a reading, it's going to kind of just be saying, hey, do you have everything that you needed to start with? Go back to the beginning, go back to the basics. Did you get all that paperwork filled out? Did you return that phone call? Do you really have like the full skill set needed to finish this? Or do you maybe need to go and kind of up your par in your education level maybe? That's how this deck is going to help us grow, okay? So this is Sun God, and this is ultimately the ultimate form of masculine energy. The invocation on here is, come all, come now, expand into the skies and into the shadows below. So how this deck is going to help us grow is it's going to help us connect to our masculine energy, that really strong hand that has the authority and loud voice to get things done. Whenever this card comes up, it reminds us to have clear communication and to be encouraging of others, that whenever all you want to do is to be worshipped and, to shine as bright as you can, that's borderline narcissistic tyranny. So whenever we see this card, we want to make sure that we are using our strengths to bring out the best in others. This card is all the way cracking me up because it's like, when should you call on me for guidance? Well, I'm an oracle deck. Probably anytime that you need an oracle. The invocation on here is, spirits of other worlds, tell me tales of the unknown. Tell me tales of the forbidden. And what this card means is that the spirits, your ancestors, the elements, whatever benevolent creatures we're thinking of, they're inviting you to communicate. They really want to communicate with you. And it reminds us not to be fearful of messages that are unfolding before us. And that oftentimes whenever spirits talk to us, it is through nature. It's whenever we're being still and paying attention to things that are going on around us. So this deck essentially really just wants you to call on it if you're wanting to talk to the spirits, talk to the ancestors, or if you just need some good solid oracle advice. Well, it's only fitting that for the best way to work with this deck, the card that would pop out would be growth. The invocation on here is, inside myself I've sown beauty with wounds, which speaks of my immortality and the expansive eternal song swiftly bellowing in the spirit. And this card talks about how we have to grow, and growing essentially doesn't come without leaving our comfort zone. The best way to work with this deck is to actually go ahead and take those steps that are a little scary. you know, the last card, that cow card, was talking about, have you made those calls? Have you done the things? Have you done the things? Don't be scared to do the things. If you want to grow, you have to be willing to take the commitment. The universe wants to give you all these beautiful opportunities, but it can't give them to you if you're not willing to go seize them. This is what our relationship will be like, and I'm really loving this because, as you see on this green man, he's sitting there and he's looking pretty seductive and all of his greenness. But anyway, it's saying that whatever you touch is going to turn to gold, or rather to green. This is an abundant card. The key words to this is abundant mind state. The invocation is, all that I desire comes to me easily and effortlessly. I know this to be true, for I am abundant in all that I do. Whenever this card comes out in a reading, it's essentially saying to keep going. You are on the cusp of picking up that payout. Wealth is nearer, and not to forget to share. You know, I believe everything goes in a trickle down. I believe everything works in threes. If you want, like, I'm going to give an example. If you want to teach, you have to be willing to learn. So you're learning, you're teaching, it kind of like flows down, you know, like grandmother, mother, daughter kind of thing. So if you're wanting to be abundant, make sure that you're sharing your abundance. That way you can be giving and receiving and keeping that flow really going. Well, I am so excited to work with this deck. I absolutely love this deck. I have 3 of the Seasons of the Witch so far. I cannot wait to get every one that they come out with. I believe that they're doing the full wheel of the year, so that's really exciting. But it comes with this great guidebook, and the guidebook has, each one has things about, you know, the season that it is. So like this one has themes of Beltane. There's different spreads in every one. They all have like different ritual ideas and different prayers you can do, and, you know, things to say and ways to incorporate this into spell work. And I really can't recommend these decks enough.